To begin with, I really enjoyed watching Autism in Love, and it is definitely a resource that I am going to be sharing with my colleagues as well as my parents after having certain discussions with them. A lot of times you hear about people with autism, and most people think, oh, well, they don't have the ability to maintain friendships. How are they going to be able to build relationships? So it was really refreshing to see them feel love, get engaged, get married, or even to feel the negative aspects of love. For example, Lenny had a really tough time not being able to find someone that fit what he was looking for or someone that liked him back, which was incredibly heartbreaking, but also very eye opening. I liked that the director very rarely got involved with the people besides to ask questions because I felt like that gave us a really good insight into their feelings and their emotions. And he would answer a couple of questions here and there, but I felt like he did that so he wouldn't impact their responses. He wanted them to be honest and truthful. And sometimes when you answer a question and they don't like your response, they may change the way that they're reacting. So it really gave us a true view into how these individuals felt about love. It also gave us, like I said, a good view of the different ways that they felt love. You know, the one man that was married to Gita, he said, well, I love her. I give her a hug and a kiss, and I love her. Um, the other couple talked about, how they really try to get to know each other and how they try to relate to each other, which is something we do as well. Um, and it also reminded me of how, love affects me and how that's probably different than how love affects someone else. As I said before, this is definitely something that I plan on sharing with my colleagues, my coworkers, and my parents of students with autism. In response to the question about working with individuals with autism that are adults, it's been a very long time since I've had that opportunity. But every time that I have gone out on community events with them, or I was part of a special recreation association that had some adults, it has always been a great experience. It's wonderful to see them being successful outside of school because as a teacher, we normally focus on academics or functional living skills. And I've always had really positive experiences with adults and with children with autism. Yes, it can be challenging at times, but I really enjoy it. And I'm actually looking into some programs that I can get involved with this summer because I do miss it. I really enjoy working with that population and helping them be successful within the community with their, independent living skills, relationship skills, all of it. I really don't have any reservations with it. In order to initiate conversations about quality of life and where parents hope to see their children go, I think it's really important to ask them what their hopes and dreams are for the child, as well as what the child's hopes and dreams are, to build a clear picture of what the quality of that individual can be. I think the earlier that we have those conversations with parents, the more prepared we will be as educators, and the more prepared those parents will be to help create a child that has solid quality of living. It'll give us a clear view on what they want for their child and also what the child wants, and we can start building those skills through activities within the classroom, through community events, and through resources that we can share with them. Um, I think one good thing would be to share positive success stories of individuals with autism and to show that these parents that just because they're diagnosed with autism doesn't mean they can't be independent. It doesn't mean they can't go to college or get a job or fall in love. Um, Depending on the conversation, I think that's what would really drive the resources. But I was kind of thinking of it as a parent with a child with autism. So, again, the first thing that I think would be meaningful is to see individuals that have autism and how successful they are. You know, this could be, talking about celebrities that have autism, for example, Bill Gates, going into the community and having them meet adult individuals with autism to see what they're doing to help promote their quality of life. If the parent is worried about their child finding a relationship or falling in love, this documentary is a perfect example and a perfect resource to share to show them that it is possible. After I saw this documentary and Lenny was talking about dating websites, I actually did a little bit of digging, and there's a lot out there that will help people with autism to meet others and to gain relationships. A couple that I found, one was wrongplanet.net, which is actually like a coaching tool for people with autism to help them gain relationships. Loveandautism.com also has a lot of great resources. And there was also a really cool website that I found called atypicaltravel.org, which is all about going on fun adventures or vacations, and it's all for people with disabilities, mainly autism. So that's a great resource for these parents and for these individuals to not only meet other people and to get to know them and to build those relationships, but to also just have a worry-free vacation because they plan the entire thing. I thought it was really a really cool thing to find. Another thing that I would share with my parents is the Autism Employment Network through LinkedIn. It's all job opportunities for people with autism. AutismNow.org has a lot of really great resources as well, and I like that you're able to type in your location and you can find centers dedicated to helping individuals with autism in the community, whether it be independent living skills, a place to live, a job, probably even some things for college. EasterSeals.com is another really good website that I always go to find resources for my parents. It includes scholarships or job opportunities. And the last resource that I would add is friendsofquinn.org. I found this in my last class when I was looking for things for one of my students, and it's an online community for individuals with disabilities. They include open forums where people can ask questions. A couple of the questions that I've most recently seen is one adult, went to college and he wasn't getting the accommodations that he needed. And so he typed on the community and he said, what can I do? And so many people were responding and giving good input, and it was all individuals with disabilities. Not only can you go there to get advice on college or relationships, but it's also a really good place to meet friends and to know that they're not alone. There's a lot of people out there that you can network with. We network all the time. They shouldn't be stopped from doing that either. So those are the resources that I would share, and also just being my own resource for these parents, knowing that I'm there for them and that I want the best for their child as well, not only in school, but out in the community. So I look forward to your questions.